super majority here, and I think
That's why
he's
we
coming.
don't.
All right, we're good.
That's what I was saying.
Go ahead and begin our meeting. It's about 2 after. And,
All right, we're gonna pray. When Michael gets there.
Let the Holy Spirit use you.
Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for the ability to come to work and do your will. We pray you forgive us of our sins. We pray you have mercy on us. We just pray the whole country looks back to you for wisdom, that we believe in you and we don't believe all the other crazy stuff. But forgive us for taking our eyes off you and just be with Jefferson County and help us to do your will. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
go ahead and just begin. We'll begin with District Number 1. See how far we can get going down, straight down the line.
Thank you, Mr. President. Public Works, Community Services, and Intergovernmental Relations Committee. We have no items under Board of Equalization. 3 items under Environmental Services. Do we have any commissioners that have any questions as relates to items 1, 2, and 3?
Is 3 that report?
It's our annual report, yes.
Okay. We published. We've been to us.
I'm sorry.
It has been published.
Yes, it's under the agenda. It's about, all total about 600 pages of annual form. Yes.
I've got to say, I've seen it.
The summary is, last year was our lowest year of, we continue to make progress on that, so, have good performance.
Right. Move 1, 2, 3.
Items 1 through 3 has been moved and seconded. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
No items under General Retirement Systems, no items under Human Resources, and we have 1 item under Personnel Board of Jefferson County. This is a contract with PBJC, and that's Dr. Richard Conroy. Do we have any questions as relates to this item? Seeing none, the chair will entertain a motion at this time. It's been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Under District 1, Other Business, we have 4 items. Do we have any questions as relates to those community projects?
I have one.
Sure.
On number 4, Community Grant, City of Midfield.
Yes, sir.
Is that the one that came up in Vesper? And this is
It is.
This is in lieu thereof.
It is. What we did was just our district was able to participate as we should.
Okay.
And
I
so,
just want to make sure.
but I can tell you what we can do while we're on this item for those commissioners who decided that they wanted to participate before, you can actually add to this item at this time if you all want to.
Okay. And I'll get back to you on that before the day is over.
I gave mine to walk to be
Okay.
walk now.
All right, so we're not
moved
talking
1
about
through
that.
4.
We're talking about midfield right now. Items 1 through 4 has been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, that's all that we have to report. Thank you.
Okay. You got any district? District
This
number 2.
morning.
Good morning. Let the record show that Mr. Constable. Right.
Also, let me say this too, Mr. President, before we get out of committee on this. For those commissioners who initially wanted to give to item number 4, which is City of Midfield, I do, for the record, want to make sure that everyone knows that if you're still desirous of giving to that project, I know that there was some miscommunication that had been told, but I spoke with the councilman. More important, I spoke with the mayor of that city and with the council member. And that being said, there was no information that was sent to our office directly, but I wanted that to be for the record. And so all parties that are sitting here today can hear it from me. So if you all decide that you want to do it now that you're hearing accurate information, then proceed forward accordingly. Thank
Well, it
you.
looks like you
taking care of their needs. Appreciate it.
Well, yeah.
Haven't spoken with, you could be from out of town from a long way away, and it is, we have nothing from IT, but on the economic development, we have 772 on C Model Data Inc. I've got somebody here that I think everybody has great respect for, and I want to give him a pat on the back for this one. C Model Data Inc. is going to relocate here and have a lot of jobs with it, and I just love the fact that he stole them from San Francisco. He's worked his weight today. And with that, Mr. Clerk, I'll ask you if you could tell the commission a little bit about this one.
Thank you, appreciate it. C Model is a company currently based out of San Francisco that developed a artificial intelligence tool that basically helps business leaders analyze their data to help them make better decisions for their organization. The company is looking at growing outside of San Francisco, and they've been eyeing Birmingham for a project that will create 80 new jobs with wages north of $50,000 each. Company will be locating at 1500 First Avenue North here in downtown Birmingham, which is in District 2. The city is supporting this project with a $50,000 incentive to help offset their startup costs, and what we're proposing to do is a $25,000 jobs grant to assist them as well. In your packet, you will find a data sheet that gives a brief overview of the project, the cost-benefit analysis, and a map showing the location of the project. And just so y'all are aware, incentives on this project would be $100,000-ish back to the general fund and about $9,000 back to education. And that's just county tax dollars. If anybody has any questions, I have Raymond James, the attorney for C Model here, as well as Trevor Sutton from the BBA. BBA is the organization that performed the cost-benefit analysis for us and helped us source this project.
You referred to a packet?
Yeah, sorry, I thought I put one at your seat.
It's to your left, Commissioner.
It's to your left.
That one? Oh, that one? Okay.
$75,000 annual average salary, 6.2 million.
Yes.
Total employment.
And the CEO is actually making her way into the building. If y'all do have questions for her. Yeah, she's downstairs.
What's most exciting about this project when we learned about this is that it's not only a benefit in jobs, but I think there's a lot of intangible benefits that having access to this company here, she's already been involved with Small Business Week and working with companies from all sizes, so everything from small businesses to our large corporations to help them make better decisions using their proprietary AI decision making.
Can we use it?
I'm sure she'd love to sell it to you.
For a small fee, of course.
Well, you know.
Do we want to wait on her to get here before we move the item?
I moved it.
Second.
All right. There's a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Gentlemen, thank you for a very good job.
Let's see if I can hallway catch her.
Go buy her a cup of coffee.
And following that, we have three other business.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Mr. Commission President. Thank you, Commissioner.
Oh.
Just keep running. That's the way, now we'll go back to District 2.
Community Development and Health Services Committee. I will go all the way down to the Department of Community Service, Bertram.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. Today, for your consideration, we have three items. First is Children's Aid Society of Alabama. This is a CDBG public service agreement. Two is an amendment to the Widow O'Brien contract for our ERAP program. And three is an amendment with Speed Chain to increase the funding so that that's the mechanism we use for ERAP.
You scared me to death on that number two.
Me too.
Number two
You know, I had
is
to
just.
read it.
Okay.
And read it again.
Yes,
And then pull it back up
yes.
because it reads,
It does not read.
Department of Community Services to allocate an additional amount not to exceed $26 million for processing cases related to ERAP. And, you know, you kind of mad.
Right, I understand.
So,
Can I get
with
a,
that clarification,
What is it? What's the clarification?
can I get a second?
Does Widow Brown distribute the
The
26?
26 million?
So Widow Bryan
I had
works
a-
off the ERAP cases. We actually have Widow Bryan, Salvation Army, and Bridge Ministries.
what's the total administrative cost, including all three of those?
I don't have to do that.
Would you let me know and let the commission know?
A maximum.
Because I know it's 9 on Widow Brown. I just don't know what everybody else is.
Okay. Yeah, I will-
12%.
12.
It's 12%.
Total split.
Can we get through?
Okay, well, we're gonna see it in writing, all this.
It's all in the backup. If you ever looked at the computer and looked in the back, you know, you would have seen that agenda. Okay, I'll bring it to you.
I got you do that.
Okay.
I'm doing
No,
it.
I'll
we
bring
need to
it down
to
there,
the
Jen.
commission.
I'll bring it
Instead of
to
trying to figure this out at the table.
you.
All right, let's go. We got that going.
Can I get a second?
Second?
Have a first and a second, all in favor, say aye. Can I have an item for the district attorney? Y'all want,
I move
There he
that.
is, right there.
I got some questions of the district attorney.
I thought we moved 1, 2, and 3. Burton spoke on 1, 2,
Do we
and
did
3.
it?
Yeah. Okay, I thought so.
All right, I'm gonna move the district attorney.
Second.
First and second, all in favor, say aye.
I let him second.
I got a couple of questions.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Judge. You come up, please, I'm sorry.
He's getting a chance back
You
at
know,
you.
we got him out of the office.
I always wanted to be at this podium.
Don't
who's doing
succeed,
that?
try again.
For the record, who are you?
Judge, that's a great question. Just for the record, though, Danny Carr, District Attorney of Jefferson County.
Danny, let me just tell you straight up, we're all proud to have you over there.
Thank you, Judge.
Your group, to me, is an extension of law enforcement.
Yes, sir.
They catch the bad guys and you put them away. And
Yes.
you got a good crew, and I think they're deserving of an addition to keep them.
Thank you.
Can I just ask you, like,
Sure.
how many assistant district attorneys do you have, say, in district and in circuit?
Right now, Judge, and let me start, and that's a great question. I'm glad you allowed me an opportunity to speak for a minute. By far, we're the largest office in the state. We handle the most cases in the state by far, and Judge, you know this. By law, you don't have to have but 6 grand juries a year. We actually have bumped it up to more than 12. For years, we had 12, one a month, where we do at least 350 cases in a week. Now we're doing 15 to 16. We're doing 2 grand juries a month sometime, and Mr. Theo Lawson, who was over there, know that is a huge task, a heavy lift. But we're doing that so we can get these individuals held accountable more quicker. But the more pressing thing, in all sincerity, is retention. It's hard to keep a good lawyer who see what we see every day, who take home what we take home every day, and do what we have to do under the most stringent circumstances, in all honesty, making $50,000 a year. That's difficult. But I can tell you that there are a lot of families, myself included, whose brother was killed, who appreciate the ability of a seasoned prosecutor to stand up in a court of law before a judge and make sure that justice is done. And the unique thing about being the DA is not counting convictions. It's about doing what's right, but at the same time, holding these violent individuals accountable. We
don't have a whole lot of turnover, Judge, but we've had some recently because, you know, when people get experience and start going upstairs, we train them up, they try the cases, they're doing the good work, these firms are taking them. And, you know, it's difficult to have a triple homicide occur or a shooting that you saw at the Shell gas station where there's 150 Shell cases out there. Imagine hearing 150 times in a community. And then we're asking a person who's not experienced to stand up and stand before a court because we've had so much turnover. I thank God that the DAs over in that office, that they understand that this is a calling, that you won't get rich being a district attorney, but what you will do is get gratitude and you get the ability to wear what I call the white hat, because you get the ability to do what's right and speak for people who can't speak for themselves, who don't know who to turn to, and we see them in their worst times every day. Nobody comes to our office because they want to have a cup of coffee because it's been a great day. They come there because they've lost a loved one, their child has been raped, their house has been shot in, and our job is to hold them accountable. And I can guarantee you and promise you this, we're doing the work over there every day. We're showing up, we're doing the work. So I thank this commission. Let me say it publicly again. We have 40.
How many years have you been there?
I've been the district attorney for 8, but I've been there a total of 22 years, my entire career. I practiced, handled a lot of cases in front of a wonderful friend of yours, Judge Virginia Benson, who retired. I've worked my way up from being a low-level district attorney to a division chief, to a chief deputy, and to the DA. And, you know, and I believe that there's something to be said about, you know, working your way up and earning the respect of your colleagues. All right. And I've done that.
Well,
And,
you know that Virginia Benson is my good friend, and you know who she wanted to succeed her on the bench.
Yes, sir.
And it was given that you would have been a circuit judge. I'm glad that you did not deviate from where you'd been.
Thank you,
You're there
Judge.
to, again, put the bad guys away.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you,
It's a
sir.
difficult job, but people show up and they do it every day under difficult circumstances. But this commission has made our lives a lot better. Even before today, just helping us, just making sure that we are adequately staffed and that our office looked the part, our furniture looked the part, the carpet looked the part, and that people know that you care, because people don't care what you know till they know that you care. And I thank you all for what you do. And I want to publicly say that. I'm sorry, Commissioner. Yes.
So with this resolution, how many jobs are we adjusting? It says Birmingham Division, but I'm
Yes.
saying, what does that look like? And then on
That
the
is,
state?
so we have 3 levels in our office. We have entry level, which is level 3. That's a person right out of law school, no experience. Like, for instance, people that took the bar this time, applicants, we hire them, they start at like $56,000, $58,000. And let me say this too, because I want to give you the full understanding. Right now, Montgomery DA's office, which is much smaller than ours, starting pay is higher. They don't have near the case we have. Then we have level 2, which is a more seasoned level of prosecutors who handle the Class A felonies, the murders, the child rape, the child sex cases, the attempted murders. Those individuals hit around 79 or 80, but that's after they've been there probably at 9 or 10 years. Then we have the supervisors who've been there a while, and that's level 1. So in all, those are all the ones that we're trying to change the classification. Now, it does not apply. Oh, I'm sorry.
How many is that? That was my question.
Oh, we're
Like,
fully
this
staffed.
resolution will impact how many employees?
It will impact, how many we got 40,
42
42
attorneys.
assistant DAs.
There's 20 level 3s,
Right.
15 level 2s, and
7 level 1s.
There's 44 lawyers, including Mr. Carr.
And now this, and let me say, this will not impact me at all. This is about the employees. This doesn't touch me at all, period. Or my chief deputy. We both decided that, hey, you know, it's about the people that we know that are going to court every day and doing the work, and we want to make sure that they know that we appreciate them. So this has nothing to do with me other than to show appreciation and to try to make sure we retain the best
Okay,
line.
so we're talking about a staff of 119?
With Roughly with all the different, no, just lawyers. This is just lawyers. 42 lawyers.
Okay, so it's 42 lawyers we're
Yes.
talking about. So when we talked about 20, 15, and then I deducted 2 from 44, which was
Right,
42.
with 42,
So
correct.
basically, we're only talking about that number of 42.
Just that number.
That will be impacted.
That's it.
Health, then I think that that's something that needs to be said. And let me just say this, because the district attorney's office and the sheriff's department, we start talking about all the homicides and shootings that are happening in Jefferson County. All of that is interconnected. What the commission is doing today is providing a solution to what we know is a problem. Don't matter if you catch and they release, but at least we need to empower you and your department to be able to do your job. Not only efficiently, but effectively. I'm glad that you came before us because I told you that I would support this item whenever you brought it. But the point of the matter is that we don't have competitive wages. And if we're going to hold the sheriff's department to a standard, we're going to hold your office to a standard, then we need to invest in both of those departments to make sure that they're working effectively. There's one thing that I do know, the criminals know more about law than sometimes lawyers. Because that's all they got time to do while they're locked up in jail.
That's right.
And so if we're going to demand for public safety to become better, we're going to have to invest in better. I appreciate you speaking and so forth this morning, which I'd love to see you more often. Nobody tells your story like you can. But I do know at the end of the day, it's going to require all hands on deck. Briefly, I'll say this. I was just speaking to someone at UAB, and I had no idea that they have had to hire certain type of medics because of the number of shootings that are happening in Jefferson County. Shameful. But I know that if we don't do what we need to do to make sure that you all have what you need, don't let it be a long period of time before you come to ask for what you need. Because one thing about it, what we consider as low-hanging fruit, someone else will take them, just like you said, and pay them more. Okay, and so I'm not distracted by the noise. I meant every word that I just said, so it's on the record. If we're going to hold people accountable for public safety, we need to invest in it before we criticize it. If we criticize it, then that's post we've made an investment. Okay.
Mr. Carr, I appreciate you. I had some questions, and we were back and forth with you, and you answered everything. I appreciate the way you run your office, because you have the funds available to do this now instead of having to wait for budget. And we've got there's a funding source that we're going to have to do the same with Ms. Washington in the Bessemer DA, so we're working on that too. So great job, and appreciate y'all, what you do. I've been over there a few times myself over the years, so y'all do a good job.
What was your shorts?
Not
I'm happy to say that I've never
I'm working.
Right there, Barney.
He was close.
That's right.
But yeah, again, I appreciate all of you. And I'm hoping I love to have a dialogue. So if you have any questions, please ask. I mean, I'm an open book. I love to have a dialogue. I want you to be on with the information. I want you to know what's going on. And you can ask me whatever you want to ask me. And I believe it's important.
So once this item passes today, when does this become effective?
July 1st.
I'm sorry?
July 1st.
We're covering, what is it, first?
Why is it July 1st?
Because we have the funds in our
We
fourth
have the
quarter.
funds in our own, in one quarter to cover it. I like to say because we've been a good stewards, but honest. And a part of that also is because we hadn't been fully staffed with DAs for a while. Because again, once they get in retention, is a problem. It's hard to keep a lawyer that comes to a courthouse every day and they have, 20 homicides sitting there, families calling, and another 500 cases, and you're giving them $50,000. It's just a difficult thing to do. It really is.
No, I was just wondering why were we waiting? You understand? And because basically you're going to deplete the funds you have and then you're waiting on us to replenish those funds. in
No,
order for you to-
No, they already have the
fourth
funds.
quarter.
You're in the fourth quarter?
When July 1st is fourth quarter expenditure, and we'll have the money to cover
Right.
this increase.
We'll have to do something with the
The next budget.
Yeah, that's what I'm not.
I think they're making theirs October 1.
We're going to.
I think they're planning to do theirs October 1.
Yeah, but we may have to bump that up so that they can do it about the same time. We're working on that.
Let me know, 'cause I'll have to.
I will.
Yeah, and Danny, I just want to thank you for the high-profile cases, making sure they get to my desk and explaining them to me. I appreciate that too. Okay, has it been first and second already, y'all? Can I get a vote?
Knight moved it, and Tyson, you seconded it.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. Okay, I have a new business for the sheriff department, Wayne.
I won't be disrespectful, I'll just leave, but okay.
Tell your mama I said that.
I'm sorry.
Yes. This is Grant.
That's right. Yeah, they sent this from downstairs.
Let Leo.
Theo, could you address this, Grant?
The sheriff.
Sheriff.
This is generally the way this works like most of their grants. The commission is actually the recipient of benefits statement, so there are certain documents have to be signed quarterly and throughout, and they're usually required to be signed by the commission president or the governing body. So this allows Commissioner Stevens to sign those on behalf of the governing body as they come up.
And for point clarification, that when I get any of these, I forward them to Theo to make sure it would not hurt if we had a resolution where they wouldn't have to wait on these for the next commission meeting. If it's something that we do on a regular basis in here.
On this grant, that's what it does.
Yeah. So that would be good. That would
Right.
allow that to happen. I second the motion.
Okay. It's been first.
No, I have moved from one item of new business.
Hey, can I get a second?
And, all right.
Roll.
You got it.
Okay. It's been first and second.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Now consider the item.
can I consider the item? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Can I get a second? It's been first and second. All in favor, say aye. Okay. Okay, we'll go all the way down to my District 2 items. I have 5 community grants. It's your 5 community grants. I have 1 community grant for the purchase of some storm radios, some weather radios for our senior services. I also have the District 2 funds, some public information funds going to public announcements for the county, and some community funds also going to the Veteran Day Jazz Concert, and some community funds for the Juneteenth program, and some community $15,000 of community grants going to A.G. Gaston Boys and Girls Club. I have any questions?
Commissioner, I have a question about number 2. And I really would like to ask the county attorney, you have it, are you familiar with this? You are. Can we legally give grants to a county employee, telling them how to disperse and distribute those funds and use those funds?
Well, what you're doing is doing a budget transfer to that department for that purpose. So it's not really directed, it's not directed to the department. It's allowing, she's putting the funds into the county manager's office and also public information for their use.
But we're telling them how to use it, and that's been done appropriate. Or,
In this instance, if this is gonna be done for a purpose that entity is already doing. So if it was roads and transportation where you use them to help pave roads in some particular area. So in this instance, there's not money appropriated within the public information offices, in the public information office for that purpose. So this is just transferring those monies for that purpose, for which that office is already authorized to do that.
thank you.
I have a question. Ellen, right now, is there funding in place for both 94.9 as well as Richardson Broadcasting in your budget, in your existing budget?
Already have an agreement with 94.9.
Okay, do you have an existing agreement with Richardson Broadcasting?
No.
Okay, so then my question would be, I want to be clear on this, and it's kind of going to, I guess your question is about these guest appearances. So are we saying this is staff for the record, or are we talking about commissioners going on a program and we paying for it?
This was something Commissioner Tyson approached me about. I believe the intent is for it to be staff.
Okay, are we saying this is staff only?
And it is my understanding that this is going to be promotion of the county with staff, various department heads and the like.
Okay, so we got all this understanding, but is that in writing? Is that what we have in writing here?
Well, you don't have a directive. What you have here before you is a budget transfer.
Oh,
And
I
that's
understand we
the
have
purpose-
a budget
and-
transfer, but
and
what
that's
I'm
the
saying
purpose of
is,
the budget transfer.
I understand that. But, Mr. President, you know I said this even when we had the previous county manager here, that we had staff that was speaking to different things on behalf of the commission, and we didn't seem to know anything about these appearances. So this time, I'm just asking up front. If you say you have a budget for one station, I know at one time, we were also advertising on Richardson Broadcasting. Is that not true?
Why we stopped advertising on Richardson Broadcasting, Health? I'm listening.
Let me just kind of interject here. Do we have other radios and mediums that we do this with, or is it just kind of confined to these two so far? I mean, can we expand and do more?
Yes, I advertise on, I try to be Switzerland with the advertising dollars I have in my budget and spread it across as many media outlets as I can. At this time in the budget year, the majority of my funds are already encumbered. So I also had a couple of budget items that cost more to renew this year, like the live stream and implementing that new AI tool on the website that were not accounted for my budget. So the majority of my budget is already gone.
Okay, so, but if I needed to, if I wanted to, I could do kind of like, hey, I want to do some, not me personally, but, you know, if we want to do some community connections, or we can do that with a media or TV, radio, print.
Yeah, it depends. I have some contracts that are annual contracts that I do with the media outlet, and then some I do on a case-by-case basis.
Okay.
So, that being said, and it's not to really, maybe you can answer. I don't want to have to feel like you're being put on the spot. Okay? Well, then we can, somebody needs to give me an answer, because if, and you don't have to. Okay? But since you are her supervisor, if we are not doing whatever on a radio station, what happened? Because the last I knew, both black-owned radio stations were being voted on, and we were approving that a part of an annual budget. What happened?
I don't understand your question. What happened to
You
the
want me to be
contract?
very direct?
Yeah.
I'm being diplomatic, but I'll be direct. If we're no longer on Richardson Broadcasting and you're doing one black radio station, you started out with two, why are we not advertising with them anymore? Is there any particular reason that the county stopped engaging the both of them?
I don't think so. This item, Ms. Tyson asked us to do more promoting the county from each department, what has the county got going on, and we thought it'd be appropriate for the commission to approve that as a whole.
Okay. So I want to say this for the record. If we're gonna move any item that is like this, then that means that, I know what's legal, and legal says that you're not supposed to, promote your particular office.
I move to
So-
amend this motion.
Hold on, Jimmy.
Commissioner.
So I want to
Second.
make sure that if that be the case, if staff is going to be over there, then that's all that I should hear about, is staff going over there. And that's the end of that, and if people can take it at this table however they want to. But I'm just saying, if what's good for one is good for all. The law is the law.
I ask for an amendment to that motion, so
What is the amendment?
commissioners would not be allowed to be on the radio station, it would be staff.
Would not.
I would,
And I got a second.
yeah, and I would even go a little further, the commissioners or their staff. Let's make it just total county staff.
I'm gonna put the wording in there correctly. That it will be only the county staff going over to the radio station.
Clarification of that.
Okay. All right. Don't mind at all. Is there any other question about my 5 items?
I move.
Can I get a second? Can I have a first and second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That's it.
All right. Goes to Administrative and Infrastructure Committee. We have roads and transportation, we have 6 items. Caldwell Mill Road, North Shottville, Lakeshore Drive Extension, Birmingham Racecourse, they're off. Gaston Highway, Wyland, Kmart Pump Station upgrades, and a right of entry license agreement from Jefferson County to U.S. Steel. I'd like to know what that one is. Is that for, why are we allowing U.S. Steel? They just crossing our right of way? Is that something David Garrett has done?
We're,
Something you've done?
that's misstated. We're getting a right of entry to go onto their property to do some geotech work, working towards getting right of way for a sewer project. This is worded incorrectly.
So, okay, so let's change the wording. It's a license agreement from U.S. Steel for Jefferson County.
We're asking for the right of entry from U.S. Steel so that we can get on and do some geotech.
Everybody got that?
We'll get that fixed. My
Any
apologies.
questions on 1 through 6?
Say again.
Any questions on 1 through 6?
Oh, I moved item.
Motion second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Have minutes from the commission meeting on April 25th that we received. Is there anybody have any questions on those? Move that to the agenda, along with ARPA EMS upgrade for the city of Fultondale. This is from the county manager. The city of Fultondale is in Commissioner Knight's district. Beneficiary agreement providing EMS equipment for the city of Fultondale, $87.79.20, paid directly to vendors by Jefferson County.
Move on.
All in favor say aye. Aye. They have nothing. Helen, you've been real quiet lately. You're getting a lot of business, but you've been real quiet. District 3 of Brevard got a proclamation. Can you believe this? 75 years for WVTN. That's older than most of us in this room.
Barely. Barely.
What are you doing, checking birth records?
And then we have a resolution for the contingency fund allocation. This is for the museum that we talked about, and there may be some questions on that, and I understand, and that's fine. We have a presentation Thursday, and then the 2023 designation for allocation of contingency funds. I believe it said 90,000, but I believe the total is at 90, it's 99,000, I think. Is what the total would be. That would be a one-time expenditure And
Wait a minute, is it 90 or 90?
It's 99.
It's
Yeah, I think that
90 in the contract, I thought.
Is it 90, said that?
Have been some amendments, obviously.
Yeah, it's 99 when I handed it to Millie.
All right, well, there's a clause in there that says $5,000 for travel. Who's traveling? $5,000, we're gonna pay somebody to travel for a museum that, I understand this guy that has this museum is out in Texas. Are we paying him to come here?
Oh, it's gonna be some of the Hall of Famers that's actually coming down to speak at the Barons game, the different events here.
But the Barons game and this museum is two different things.
Right, but it's going to the Regents Park. It's coming, some coming
But
to
this
the
is
county.
At Regions,
It's gonna be some at Regents, some at the county. They're gonna be all over in the county, in different county properties. It's where they're supposed to sit there.
It's one-time expense.
It's gonna be at one time, because those are lifetime cases.
where are these? They already have a museum. It's a very nice museum. Negro Southern Museum, right down there. On
It's not,
First
it's not for the Negro League, it's for the Southern League. It's those are two different leagues. You didn't know that? But you remember they started the Negro League because they couldn't play in the Southern
I
League.
understand that. I get
Okay,
the history
so-
of it. But they've got Satchel Paige's uniform down there when he played for Kansas City.
That's in the Barons Museum. They're going to put a display of the Southern League and the Baron League in the lifetime cases.
The Southern League was 1920 to 1950, off and on, because everything went to the National League and then the American League. There was, and that's the museum in Kansas City that's got that. So I'm just trying to figure out what is $90,000 with $5,000 for travel going to do? What is it going to produce? I understand there's going to be some. Is it going to be displayed at Regents Field?
It's going to be one here. It's going to be
One here where?
Courthouse.
in the courthouse.
Where at?
Once we get a location to where once they get a location, we ain't getting nothing. Once they get a location where they're going to put it at, it's going to be one here. It's going to be two or three at the Regents Park. It's going to be some in different locations throughout Jefferson County, from my understanding. That's what my understanding was.
And I would say the easiest way to do this is leave the grant at 90, and if there's any additional dollars needed, we can make that up to district funds. But that would stop the 5,000 where we didn't have to worry about leaving the grant at 90, and then we'll work it that way.
Because he came up here and explained it to us some months ago.
Yeah.
And he answered that, you asked him that question then, and he told you what it was.
Any other questions?
No.
I do, thank you, Mr. President. I'd also, on behalf of my office, like to add to that a grant of $100,000 one time to the Friends of Rickwood.
Yes.
Not 99, just even 100. In the spirit of baseball, they are a group that work at Rickwood. It is the oldest stadium in the country now, that the only one older than it has been taken down.
Comiskey Park.
To get this Major League Baseball game out there, they had to do significant work. They had to dig up dirt that I guess was worn out dirt, put a lot of dirt in there, put new grass in. They can't use the little old lawnmowers anymore. They have to use the things like you see on golf courses. And the nice man that's retired that goes out there every day, he'll be running those.
Yeah.
And he's going to use that money for equipment. And I've already asked him, is it going to be locked up? So, he said it will be triple locked. So.
Can we add to this since that's already been presented? Because I think time is of the essence.
We have to do, this will be a new one.
This will be a new one, so one item of new business that I need to.
And I would like to add to his 25,000.
So we have, let's do what we've got, and then I'll do one item of new business, okay? Have items 1 and 2?
Move the item.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like for the floor to consider additional one item of new business, which would be a grant to the Friends of Rickwood, in the amount of $100,000 from District 1.
No, from the contingency.
From the contingency fund, I'm sorry.
That's what he said.
From the contingency fund.
Uh-oh.
And
25,000.
25,000 from Commissioner Tyson's fund. All in favor, say.
Wait a minute.
125, right?
125.
Total.
I went to 25 to that too. I'm more for the Rickwood Field preservation than this museum that's a little still sketchy.
Okay, so you do.
I'll add it 25 to
All
it.
right, so that's 150. All right, I'll do 10. I've got a lot of ball fields that I gotta get lighted out in the country, guys. So,
Let me ask this
for one
question.
item, you,
How much you say you put in?
okay,
So if we want to add from the bids, we can, please. And it's going to come
this
from the
one?
commission, right?
This is coming from your contingency fund.
No.
they're
100's
adding
coming
on
from
to the
contingency.
contingency.
Then we got 25 from community, 25 from community, and 10 from community grants.
Why don't you do 2 items?
The reason why I'm asking is I'm saying is because I'd like to check with my staff and see what I have available. I don't want to just be speaking out of turn. And so I just want to make sure the money is coming from the commission as a whole in terms of the way it's being presented.
So.
Or is it coming from our respective districts so that you will be properly recognized for your investment? So that's the point. Are we trying to do 2 items or what are we doing?
I don't know what we're doing.
I kind of got lost. So we're gonna do.
What did you say? What were you saying?
I did one item for the 100 out of the contingency and then do another item out of y'all's discretionary funds.
Okay.
Well, no. Let's do one item. Right, Zach? Because he's going to do the paperwork.
Yeah, you don't need to intermingle. It needs to be contingency funds and it needs to be grant funds.
I thought.
you need to do 2 items.
Okay, so you
I thought
did.
they were contingency.
Okay.
2 items, so let's go ahead and approve. One item of,
But if we, my
2
question.
items of new business.
Hold on,
Yeah,
Jimmy,
and
but
we
my-
can do that from the day of some third.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
2 items of new business for the consideration of contingency funds for the Friends of Rickwood Field and district funds for the Friends of Rickwood Field. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, number 1, the contingency funds.
25.
I'll make, yeah, that's me, you gotta make the motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to move the item.
And what's before the floor now?
This is a $100,000 contingency fund.
Second.
So we have a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the next is going to be an item to be carried over to the Thursday, which would be for the consideration of district funds to go to the Friends of Rickwood. Tentatively, we have 25 from District 5, 25 from District 4, 25 from District 2, and 10 from District. So you have that, and then District Commissioner District 1 will tell us what we need on Thursday.
So there'll be a community grant with an amount to be determined.
Community grant amount to be determined.
Move all of that.
Move all of that.
Second.
Second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That worked out very well. Glad we have,
Thank you, Mr. President.
yes, sir, thank you. I know the Friends of Rickwood, thank you too. Commissioner Knight.
All right. Finance, Ms. Bright and Sunshine. Dixie.
Good morning, Commissioners. We have our normal items, our unusual demand report, item 2 through 7 are our encumbrance report, purchasing agenda report, purchasing exception report, and item number 8 is our procurement card statement for Jefferson Credit Union. Do we have any questions on any of those items?
Do I have a motion 1 through 8? Have a motion second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. BMO, any questions? Do I have a motion? Have a motion? All in favor, please say aye. All right, Circuit Clerk, we got 2 items, one for the Bethlehem Division, one for the Birmingham Division. I'll move.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Developmental Services, B 240002. Mr. Morrison.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. This is a transfer of a beverage license request. This is at an establishment that has a long history of off-premise beer and wine sales. Again, the applicant is just making the transfer application to the ABC Board, which requires your approval. The applicant did not have any sort of record of law enforcement, nor has he been cited by the ABC Board for any sort of infraction. Last time we approved sales here was just within the past couple of years.
I move it. Have a motion? Second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Thank you. Z 240007.
All right, yes, so this is a request to go from A1 to C1 out in the, just off of Lakeshore Drive, near the corner of Lakeshore Drive and Shannon on the road. Recently, in the past, I think it was back in 2008, the commission approved rezoning for a public storage facility, or a mini storage facility, on the site that's sort of catty corner to the south and to the east. The applicant's here requesting a gas station to go on this property. The gas station will have access off of Valley Road, which will require road improvements that the Department of Road Transportation will oversee and specify to the extent to which they'll have to do that. They have also, just recently, in the past few days, added a note to their site plan, that notice down here at the bottom corner here. There will be downward facing lighting to be installed. Landscaping plan will be developed to match the aesthetics of the area, and the construction dates hopefully would commence July 24th and in July of next year. Now, we did have some opposition to this case that came from some neighboring property owners, one of which was the owner of there's a mechanic shop that's just to the north here. And he owns several residential properties within this area, and he did bring some of those residents with him who had concerns, again, about the lighting, additional traffic, possible effect on property values, perception that this could generate some crime. As such, the Planning and Zoning Commission did recommend approval, but had several conditions that they added on to them. One was that Valley Drive be improved with specifications of the Department of Road Transportation, as we discussed. Any all outdoor lighting should be directed away from any residential property. They restrict the hours of operation from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Again, just to preserve the peace and everything else within those the remaining residential properties within this particular property. And then they did put a condition that only one entrance shall be allowed, and that should be located at the southern end of the property, near the intersection of Valley Drive and Shannon Road. Now, going back to that site plan, after P&Z has made its recommendation, we have been in communication with the applicant. They actually need that northernmost entrance to facilitate truck traffic within the property itself for gasoline deliveries and everything else. So the applicant is going to request that that be removed or modified at its public hearing. Any questions? This site is directly across the street from the across Shannon on the road from the public shopping center. So this is sort of an area that's in transition.
That's over not far from where the Humane Society is built.
Right. Not so far, yes, sir.
All right, do I have a motion?
Right.
A motion, second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Z 240012.
Yes, this is a request to downzone a large piece of property. It's currently zoned I3. They wanted to plan to downzone it to A1 just for the placement of a mobile home. Planning and Zoning Commission did recommend approval. If you look at the zoning map here, it shows a lot of agricultural property around it. So this would, in essence, be downzoned the property and be less intensively used. Planning and Zoning Commission did recommend approval of this one with the condition that a floodplain development permit will be required prior to issuing any permits for the property. There is a small amount of floodplain, but which is easily avoidable for any sort of permits that may come for the property.
have a motion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Z240013.
This is a large church property that's out on Bethel Road in the Dora area. The church plans on subdividing the property to convey another piece just for sale. And with this subdivision case, they're just aligning the zoning with the proposed lot line. So the church property will be zoned institutional, and the other property that will be for sale will be zoned agricultural, which is the general zoning of the area.
How far is this from the county line?
No, it's not terribly far. It's in this northwest section right
way
here.
up there. I move.
A motion, second, all in favor, please say aye. Z240014.
This is a compliance case. This is an issue where, way back in the day, the I-3 zoning classification allowed for residences, and this is an older residence that, of course, was constructed during that time. They come in to apply for permits, and currently, now, residences are not allowed in the heavy industrial zoning district. So they're requesting this down zoning to A1, which would be in conformance with all the other residences in the general area. Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval.
A motion.
Excuse me, so moved.
Yeah.
All in favor, please say aye. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
All right, General Services, Dodge Construction Company, Ms. Wilkin, are you on?
I'm here. Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
That's the construction contract for the new Jefferson County Coroner and Medical Examiner's Office.
I move.
Second.
Motion. Second, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Are you for it, Doc?
I'm for it.
All right, you say for it. All right, thank you. All right, I have District 4 other business. I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3. Do I have a motion?
One through four.
Second.
You're going to do 1, 2, and 3.
I'm doing 1, 2, 3. I got to split up number 4. Have a motion? Second.
So move items 1 through 3.
All right. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Number 4 is a community grant to the Alabama Sports Festival, which is the Alabama State Games. I think y'all have been, people have been around talking to people to see if anybody wants to add on to the 10,000.
And I do, Commissioner.
Okay. All right, there's 10. Okay, 10 from District 3. District 2?
Yes.
And I think they said that this is going to be critical for keeping the games in Birmingham.
Right.
That's great economic impact, so I think that we're all invested wisely in what we're doing. Can we have the same with you on that? So, Commissioner, do we just wait for Thursday?
No, we got commitment today. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. 50,000, thank you. All right, I am going to bring up, this is kind of an unusual request, but I think I need to bring it as an item of new business because we have an issue ongoing in the county in that there's more and more litter showing up on our roads, and it's becoming increasingly worse. We did budget months ago, for for litter cleanup. We used to have a program in place, but that program is no longer. We can't continue to do it. Our roads people can't handle the being out picking up litter all the time. They need to be doing the roads. So I'm going to ask, and we put this part some money in the contingency fund. So I'm going to ask for $300,000 to be moved from the contingency fund for the purpose of being able to contract some labor to pick up the litter. And they're going to use, I think, the same people that do it for the state. So
we did a bid. We got a bid price of 2-lane road, $145,000 per mile. So I hope it'll last because that's amazing. Really good price. I don't think they've seen some of what they got to pick up yet.
yeah, and then, but that initial amount will get us, and we can consider it then at the budget, but that'll get us to that point, right? So if I can get a motion for an item of new business and a second, have a motion and a second, all in favor, please say aye. And now we'll vote on the allocation. Okay, $300,000 to the litter fund to go ahead and get those guys engaged because they're starting to and it's getting summer, and it's going to start getting worse. So, thank you very much. That ends my report.
Thank you. Very well spent. Do have a question. I'd like to give I can see update on garbage. I still have. I was in the 10, 11 o'clock last night. Do you have any update or anything that we can say that will be positive? I had a call Sunday from Commissioner Carrington. His garbage wasn't picked up.
That was intentional.
I think he
You hear that, David?
He has too much garbage. I think he should pay extra.
But we did meet with Waste, I guess, a couple weeks ago, and they had did a reroute of pretty much all their customers, the county and the big consortium of cities. They admitted to us they drastically underestimated the difficulty that was going to create with all their truck drivers and the routes that were going on. And they showed us, the first week after they did the reroute, they had X number of misses in the thousands. The second week they had gotten better, the third week better. And the numbers are tracking down. I got to see the numbers for this week because I'm like you. I've gotten more this week from pretty much all over the county. And one reason they did the reroute is because they're having a hard time keeping truck drivers to drive the trucks. They were doing Monday through Saturday. Nobody wants to work on Saturday, so they cut the Saturday off. So they feel like long-term this will make things better. The commissioner suggested we look at rebidding. We are looking at that. We got another meeting in-house next week. The only problem, if we rebid and put contingencies to penalize more for misses, that's simply going to drive the cost up for our customers. So we're trying to figure out how to do that. We did suggest to Amwaste as well that they put in, technology, mapping systems that help them identify when they have a miss immediately and help the truck drivers, not get lost, not miss entire streets. So I don't have a good answer. I don't have anything other than we're trying to do all we can do, and hopefully we can rebid it and clean up some of it. We're going to look at going into possibly 6 zones so we get some competition. And we're going to look at taking off the requirement that they have to haul it to our landfill, which will make it cheaper. And I talked with the county attorney. We're looking, can we subsidize the cost for our citizens? And as long as it's, voluntarily, we can't do that. If it's mandatory, we could, because it would be a public benefit to everybody. So we're still trying to cross off everything we possibly can to try to make it better, and hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll have a solid recommendation to go forward.
My experience is it's gotten a little better because their calls are not as much as they were. We're following up with our callers, and they are now circling back. They're getting picked up. So.
And Amwaste did commit to work on the technology aspect. I hope they follow up on that commitment. And Commissioner Knight, I think you're right. I'm ready to see the numbers this week. But there's fewer people that's had multiple week misses, and that's what was really bad.
Yeah, like March.
Right.
We didn't have our garbage picked up this March. That makes it real bad. I appreciate the update, and would you please keep us informed if you hear from Amway between now and Thursday? I'd like an update at our commission meeting Thursday.
Sure.
Anything you said?
Everything's well. I wanted to, you all say we do what we're supposed to do, but we wanted to congratulate Don Carroll on successfully defending the county at the 11th Circuit with a favorable decision in the case we had. So
What kind of case was it? That's one they was trying to arrest both?
No, it was an employment case with that circuit, so we're doing things right. So,
all right, good job.
Appreciate that. Meeting adjourned. We'll see you on Thursday.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out which contingency fund.